Welcome to Red Stickman vs. Monster School, and while I play, I'm spilling ridiculous stories, rapid-fire jokes, and the kind of quirky anecdotes that make your brain do a double take and your coffee do a spit take. So buckle up for chaos and chuckles, huh? I once tried to impress a girl by cooking a simple omelet, but I cracked the egg like it owed me money and somehow invented scrambled carbon, which I served with a brave smile and a fire alarm soundtrack, huh? My gym playlist is basically me negotiating with my future self like, we'll do 10 push-ups, then me in the future replying, how about 2 and a respectful nod, and both of us shake on it, out of breath, huh? As a kid, I thought adulthood would be fancy dinners and briefcases. Turns out it's Googling, why do my socks have feelings, at 2 a.m. and telling yourself it's self-care, huh? I learned confidence from my uncle who once returned expired yogurt by saying, this yogurt's younger than my dreams, and the cashier gave him a refund and a pamphlet on hope, huh? By the way, subscribe to the channel if you vibe with unhinged optimism and premium-grade nonsense, because I've got warehouses full of both, huh? I have a friend who only runs when chased by responsibilities, which explains why he's surprisingly fast on Monday mornings and mysteriously unavailable whenever rent is due, like a magician but with emails, huh? My morning coffee thinks it's a superhero, it shows up yelling I got this, then 5 minutes later it's like, actually, that's a lot of notifications, you got this, and dives back into the mug like a dramatic actor exiting stage left, huh? The first time I tried meditation, I kept wondering if I was doing it right, then my brain started playing elevator music with a flute solo performed by anxiety, so I upgraded to sitting quietly with snacks, which is basically mindfulness with sprinkles, huh? I once bought a plant for responsibility training, and it looked at me like, sir, do not practice on me, and promptly entered witness protection behind a bookshelf the moment I forgot sunlight was a thing, huh? You ever notice how your phone autocorrects I'm fine to I'm fired? It's like the phone knows your tone and is trying to spice up your life with unnecessary plot twists, huh? In high school I wore a leather jacket because I wanted to look mysterious. Turns out I just looked hot and confused, sweating like a detective who forgot the case and also the deodorant, huh? My cooking philosophy is simple. If the smoke detector doesn't go off, was it even a meal? Meanwhile, my neighbors clap like it's a performance art piece called Fire in B flat minor, and honestly, I deserve the standing ovation for finally opening a window, huh? People say dress for the job you want, so I wore a cape to a team meeting. HR said, you can be a hero, just not during budget reviews, which is fair because capes are not spreadsheet friendly and also they tangle with swivel chairs like a cartoon felony, huh? I tried to start journaling, but my pen writes like it's fleeing the scene. So now my diary reads, Dear future me, remember to, and then it's a zigzag that looks like a heartbeat for a lie detector test, huh? Let's talk dating. One time I said I'm a good listener, and immediately interrupted myself to explain how good I am at listening, which is like bragging about humility while buying a megaphone, huh? I once took someone to a fancy restaurant where the portions were so small the waiter described the food as a whisper of truffle, and I was like, bro, can the whisper become a paragraph? Meanwhile, my wallet made a tiny scream in falsetto, huh? Texting etiquette is wild. You send LOL to be polite, LOL to mean you actually laughed, and LOL spaced out when you're trying to sound like a villain savoring revenge in a cartoon volcano, huh? My nephew asked how Wi-Fi works, and I said, it's magic that only stops when your rent is due, and he nodded like I just gave him the birds and the bees talk for routers, huh? I tried to teach him to ride a bike, which was really me jogging behind, yelling you got it. Well, both of us learned gravity respects no man, and the bush learned it was part-time first aid, huh? Speaking of skills, I can fold a fitted sheet if you turn the lights off and lower your expectations. Otherwise it becomes a fabric calzone stuffed with shame and optimism, huh? My neighbor does ultra marathons for fun. I do laundry marathons where I sprint between the washer and existential dread. Then I carbo load on cereal like I'm sponsored by fictional champions, huh? There's this guy I know who insists pineapple on pizza is culinary betrayal. But he drinks milk with ice cubes, which is a war crime in 3 countries and a cry for help in all of them, huh? My group chat has 2 types of people, those who send 19 memes before breakfast, and those who reply 3 weeks later with just saw this, like they live on a lunar delay powered by vibes and a dial-up modem, huh? I once tried a DIY project labeled easy, which is code for we believe in you until step 2, and by step 2 you've invented a new shelf orientation called diagonal disbelief, huh? I bought noise-canceling headphones. Now I can finally ignore my problems with clarity and bass, like a responsible adult in cinematic denial, huh? I used to think success was waking up at 5 a.m. Now I think success is knowing your peak hours and not letting motivational posters guilt trip your circadian rhythm. Because sometimes my peak hour is 3:17 p.m. when a grape hits just right, huh? My buddy swears by cold showers for discipline. I tried it once and achieved enlightenment in the form of a dolphin screech, then negotiated with the faucet like a hostage negotiator with very wet socks, ha. I tried minimalism, but the problem is I'm sentimental about cable adapters that fit nothing since 2009, like I'm running a museum for extinct ports and their emotional baggage, ha. Also, if you're vibing with the chaos, subscribe to the channel so we can keep this circus funded with premium dad joke energy and occasional wisdom nuggets, ha. Quick life hack, never trust a recipe that says season to taste, because my taste says salt until your ancestors tap you on the shoulder, and that's why my soups come with an apology and a hydration plan, ha. My sleep schedule is a choose-your-own-adventure book where every page says put down the phone, and I keep flipping to watch one more video like a gremlin on scholarship, ha. I once joined a book club to seem refined. We discussed the cover, the font, and how none of us read it, then scheduled a brunch to discuss our denial in greater depth with pancakes as emotional support, ha. Stay with me till the end because I've got a final payoff that'll either heal your soul or make your pet reevaluate you, and honestly, both are wins in my book, ha. My fashion sense is 50% laundry day and 50% visit pockets, which explains why I've worn the same jacket for 3 seasons and found 17 receipts documenting my financial comedy tour, ha. I pretend to understand crypto like decentralized ledger, that I nod so hard my hairline considers a restraining order, and somehow I still don't know if I own a coin or a metaphor, ha. My mom asked if I'm eating right, and I said, absolutely, while chewing a salad made of croutons and ambition, lightly dressed with hope and a little bit of ranch for realism, ha. Okay, final payoff time. I once tried positive affirmations in the mirror and the motion sensor light turned off mid-pep talk. So I waved my arms, it turned back on, and I said, behold, even the universe needs a reminder I'm still here. Then my mirror fogged up like it was clapping politely with condensation hands, ha. Moral of the story, you don't need perfect timing, just keep showing up like a Wi-Fi signal with questionable ethics and great intentions, ha. If you laughed, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to power up the chaos, drop a like or leave a comment about your most gloriously awkward moment, because I'm collecting them for a museum of everyday legends, ha.